how many of you are genuinely like scared of interviews? Right? Can you please type me in the chat? Like quite introvert, like you're quite shy, don't feel like, like expressing yourself. Okay, normally on a day-to-day basis, who are the people over here? To a certain extent, me. Okay, yeah, mind blank, nervous. Okay, now on the flip side, who here my oral failed? Okay, very scared. Okay, on the flip side, who here generally quite okay? Like you can talk, right? You are more outspoken, right? More extroverted. Okay, who here pretty confident with your interview? Just don't know what to say lah, but you genuinely can talk to people and okay, can you please type me in the chat? Okay, so some of you know, right? You can talk, but don't know whether you are talking the right things or not. But at least you are able to share and speak confidently to the interviewers. Okay, so out of all of you, okay, let's set a mini challenge. Who here is confident, right? Let's say if I were to pick you now and say, just introduce yourself and what course you're applying for. Who here confident and don't mind unmuting and share? Okay, so give you a chance. Who here okay with just unmuting and introduce yourself, what school, and then what course you're applying for? Okay, if you are confident, please type yes, I go and find you. Okay, give you a chance, and then we'll give you some encouragement. Oh, okay, so Zess, you wanna go? Okay, come on, I pick your, okay, I pin your. Okay, come. Okay, so over here, okay, Yijing, come, unmute yourself. Share a bit what school, what course.
Hi, you hear
Hello.
me?
Yes. Okay, come. Okay, before Yijing start, right, can we all give her some encouragement, right? Just type 加油 in the chat, give her some love. Okay, not easy, right? To unmute in front of 100 people and talking, okay, it's not an easy thing. Okay, I also want to try.
Confident.
Okay, come, Yijing, let's go.
Okay. Hi, good night, good afternoon. My name is Yijing from Ahmad Ibrahim Secondary School. I'm applying for the banking and finance course in Nanyang Poly because my dad transitioned into a full-time investor in 2020. And I would like to learn from him and about banking and finance so that I can be like my father who achieved financial freedom.
Ah, amazing. Okay, can you give us some high five? Right, you did amazing. Okay, good job, good job. Okay, hey, send us some love. Okay, so over here, right, you can see some of us. Okay, thank you so much. I'm pin you. Okay, so you can see some of us here are more, shy. Some of you are more confident over here, but it doesn't matter. Let me ask you a question. For those that are pretty shy one, right? If I pick you up and ask you to unmute and share and say out from 1 to 50, do y'all think now y'all can do it? If you can, right, please type yes in the chat. Okay, don't need to introduce, don't need course, whatever. Just unmute and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do y'all think you can do it? The shy people. Okay, if yes, please type yes in the chat. Easy. No worries, no problem yet. Okay, the rest? Do y'all agree? It's now easier, much more confident to just say out like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what makes a difference, right, between okay, now what makes a difference, right, between the first scenario and the second scenario, right? So I want you all to write down this, right, in your paper that you have. Okay, please write down this quote. Deservingness builds confidence. Okay, please pen it down. Deservingness builds confidence. Familiarity kills fear. Okay, please pen this down. Okay, I want to start off with some mindset coaching, because there's no point in all the techniques if you can't have the confidence to, to share things about yourself. So deservingness builds confidence. Familiarity kills fear. Now, why I want to start off with this, right, is because EAE is competitive. You all have been through the write-up, the aptitude test. You all know that, some of you have been to the compounds and you have met different people over there who genuinely met someone, for those that have been to aptitude test, you met someone that's quite sick one, like really like the portfolio quite stacked. Then you feel like, wow, this person of valor damn strong, like he's a strong competitor. If you have, can you please type yes in the chat? Okay, so some of you have met, right? Personally went down to the school compound when you do tests. Then after that, you realize, hey, wow, this fella damn good, right? So why I focus on the word deservingness is because if you go in just like try law, right, okay lah, if pick me then pick me law, that kind of feeling, then the chances of you getting selected is gonna be very slim, right? Because ultimately in the course they only have a certain percentage of them that are picking for the interview. Okay, so please remember, deservingness really helps you to build your confidence, right? I deserve to get this slot. And naturally, right, when you are sharing, you suddenly our identity will kind of shift as well. Okay, and number two, I focus on familiarity is because, throughout our entire life, okay, you all just think back, your memory lane, right? How many interviews have you went before? Just give me a number. Just think back, close your eyes, primary school, secondary school. How many interviews have you went before? Okay, then share with me. 3, wow, at least 10, 3, 0, 2. Okay, so can I see it's not that you are naturally like shy introvert, it's because we don't have the sufficient practice, right, to to train ourselves. 0, some of you 0. That's getting sent to the principal. Okay, so I emphasize again. So I say again, the reason why some of us are more shy is because we don't have the practice, right? Same thing like in mathematics, right? Or you are going for a race or whatever. Sometimes we don't have sufficient practice. Then of course during the race day we'll get mind blank, we're nervous, anxiety, right, etc. Okay, so I want to spend the entire lesson today, right, to help you to identify the questions that will be tested or will be asked during the interview, and then share with you, right, what are the frameworks, the ways, so that you are able to stand out, right, so that you are able to convince the interviewers that, hey, I generally not bad one, okay, you should pick me. Okay, so this is the thing that I want to start off, focus on. Okay, so over here, okay, so that was just now what I was sharing, right? Those that are confident versus shy. But regardless it is, please remember that as long as you feel deserving, right, of getting the slot, it slowly will build on your confidence. And more importantly, once you're familiar, right, you kind of predict the question that's going to be tested. You will still be nervous, but you won't face crippling fear. So I say again, last year I did this and I shared with the same students, your seniors, right? I said that, will I feel nervous speaking to y'all, right? We have around 100 of y'all over here. Will I feel nervous? Yes, right, confirm. Before like y'all came in, right, 8 p.m., like 7:45 to 8, well, I still have the nerves. Definitely, right? Before I go for exams, before I do a public speaking, when I'm at EAE auditorium, sure, I feel the nerve. But does it cripples me like, wow, suddenly I don't, I mind blank, don't know what to say? Maybe won't, because I familiarize myself with what I want to share with y'all, right? And because I've done this for the last few years, I feel that I deserve, right? And I'm confident to help y'all in whatever I'm going to share today, right? So this is something that I want to emphasize. Okay, so please write this down in your notes. There are 2 things that interviewer looks out for when they are assessing you. Number 1, likability. Can you all please type in the chat? Likability. Okay, number 1, likability. Okay, can everyone write then type in likability. Okay, awesome, Jane. Okay, beautiful, likability. And on the right, okay, for those that have yet to type, please write in the word capability. Awesome. So these are the 2 things, right? If you logically think about it, these are the 2 things that interviewers will look out for, right, when they're assessing you. Now, why is these 2 things so important? I give a scenario. First of all, I may like you as a person, right? You are very charismatic, but you got nothing to substantiate. You never have any course-related experience. You got nothing in your portfolio. So do you think I will choose you? Yes or no? I really like you. I sincerely find that you are quite charming, right? Enthusiastic, you have passion, you have charisma. But when I ask you, do you have anything, past experience, you say don't have. Well, you think the student will be selected? Yes or no? Yes. You must be very kind. Okay, no lah, confirm no lah, because EAE, right, it's not just about no, the answer is no, because EAE is not just about I like you, right? This is not favoritism, right? Right, there must be certain reasons, right, to justify that you deserve to be in our school. Now, on the flip side, you might be a very capable person. You have a lot of internships, experiences, right? You went for courses, etc. But you are arrogant prick. So you come in, right, cocky, like, okay, these are the things I've done. Then you look down and you talk down on other people. Do you think you also be chosen? If you are very capable, but you are a shitty person, right? No as well, right? Okay, maybe in certain causes, I don't know, like the interviewer likes a cocky person, I don't know, but there's a high chance that you will not be selected. So these are the 2 things that we are exactly looking for, right? Likability as well as capability. So how do I say in layman terms, right? Likability means I like you as a person, I like you as a student, and I wish that you are able to join the school, right? Right, and I want to become your teacher, right? That is likability. Now, capability, simply the 3 letters that I always say is the word very zai, right? Can you please type in the word Z-A-I in the chat? Okay, means one look, I know, wow, this guy got talent, right? Zai, right? That is the word that I always emphasize. Yes, agree with me, right? So one look, portfolio, wow, this fella really strong, is Zen Zai. So these are the 2 things I want to help you to build along the way. Mitun is a zaijian. So these are the two things I want to focus on along the way as you know we move forward with our entire session. So in your paper, right, can you please help me to draw these 3 circles over here? Okay, help me draw these 3 circles over here. So there's one component I'll talk about to help you to boost your likability. Okay, and at the bottom, there are 2 things I want to teach you, right, on how to improve your zainess, okay, your capabilities. So there are 3 things that I want to focus on in today's session. Okay, likability as well as capability. Okay, I wait for you. Once you're done, just type done in the chat. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay, so let's focus on the first element, which is on likability. So to teach you all the concept of likability, very simple, right? Okay, imagine we are on a date. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you, so like dating coach, yeah. So imagine you're on a date, okay? So let's say you're meeting someone for the first time, right? Whether in a school orientation or you are hanging out or chilling or whatever, okay? What would be the first few things you share with a person? Let's say it's a stranger, someone new, you have never met before, right? Share with me, for the very first time, if you meet someone new, what would be the first few conversations like? What are you going to talk about? Okay, just imagine you're secondary school. Okay, you meet someone new in orientation. Okay, what would you all talk about? Okay, what CC are you from? What's your name? What's your hobbies? Okay, very good. Okay, so you talk about, CCA, what's your friends, right? Okay, what's after that? Wow, Mitun jump straight to have your number. Where got so fast? Okay, what's next? CCA, hobbies, passion, right? Commonalities. Then naturally, right? Common interests. Okay, then naturally, family. Okay. Okay. Naturally, we will go back to, for instance, right? Let's say you're hanging out with me, right? I say, oh, I'm from, for instance, basketball. The natural next question would be usually like, oh, why you join basketball? Or let's say I have a hobby in playing like Mobile Legends, or maybe like playing guitar. Oh, how you got started, right? So we always bring back to the past, right? To find like what some of you say, commonality, right? We want to see, right, and understand more about your past and your history to say, is that something that captivating? Is that something that I want to know more about? Agree with me? So that there's a sequence, right? We start off with like the present life, what's your CCA, your hobbies, your interests, etc. Then the more we know, we kind of exhaust everything there already. Then we go back, so how come you joined this CCA? How come you got this hobby? How come you take this subject combination, right? So it's about the past. Okay. Then what do you think will come next? So we clear the past already. Okay, I know that you joined this for certain reasons, you're doing this for certain reasons, you're in this school for certain reasons. Okay, then what will come next? Very good. Vanessa, okay, amazing. Did you win anything? Very specific. Okay, too specific. Okay, so if you all look at Vanessa's comment, then you can see we fast forward to the future. Hey, after you graduate, where you want to go? Jaylene, right? Where you want to go? Where you want to study? Hey, you aspire to be what? Right? So what are your goals and aspirations? Can you all see that? So instantly, right? You're thinking about it. Let's say we are hanging out, or you are hanging out with someone. First of all, there's an emotional connection with someone, right? Wow, you all share the similar commonalities, right? Similar goals, similar interests. Then yet at the same time, aspirations roughly similar, want to go to the same school. Do you all think there's a high chance of you wanting to meet the person again? There's a second date. If yes, please type yes in the chat. Got high chance, right? Higher chance, right? Because generally there's a connection and then there's a common goal in the future, right? So naturally you want to meet the person again, right? And see where things goes. Agree with me? That's how me and Mitun met. Okay, beautiful. Right, so please write this down. Okay, in an interview, similarly, right, to draw the attention from the interviewer and to boost your likability, you need these 2 things. Number 1, okay, you need a captivating past. Please write this down. Okay, captivating past and a compelling future. Suddenly block. Okay, please write this down. You need a captivating past and a compelling future. Okay, a captivating past and a compelling future. Now, what do I mean by that? A captivating past means you are able to share something that happened in the past that led you to pursue this particular course. Okay, and it's not just like, oh, from young I got passion in business. Oh, from young I got passion in animal. No, there must be something that happened, right? Perhaps it's emotional, perhaps it's interesting or whatever that can draw the interviewer's attention. Wow, I want to know more, right? There's an emotional connection. Now, once you share that, right, you hook the interviewer's attention. Then after that, right, you share with them your aspirations, right? I want to pursue this in the future so that I can make certain impact, so that I can do certain things to my family, to my community. Do you all agree with me? Right? So there's the two things that we want to focus on, right? How to create or share a captivating past and create a compelling future for the interviewers. Okay, so far at this stage, if you are clear, please type clear in the chat. Okay, you all didn't expect to talk about dating, right? Okay, all done already. Okay, so please write this down to boost up likability, right? There's three things that we want to learn, which is past, present, and future. Okay, past, present, and future. So in the circle that you have drawn, right? Okay, past, present, and future. So for every interview that you're gonna go in the future, this is something that I want to highlight. Whatever that I'm gonna share with you, it does not help you just in your EAE, but it's gonna help you for whatever interview that you go in the future, whether it's a scholarship interview, whether it's a sponsorship interview, university admission, or perhaps even job application, right? All these things are highly essential. So that's why I really love to conduct all these webinars, because I think this can really help you forever. Okay, so please write this down. Here are the 5 must-ace interview questions. Okay, if you really, really want to, leave a strong impression to the interviewers. And this ties into what I talk about likability, past, present, and future. Okay, so what are the 5 interview questions? Number 1, okay, why not you all tell me what is usually the first question that people will ask in an interview? Typically, okay, what would be the first question that they ask in an interview?
Tell me about yourself.
Okay, Yongxuan. Yes, very good, right? The first question is tell me about yourself, right? Which is looking on, not introduce yourself, right? Okay, so whatever I'm sharing with you is an overview. So some schools will selectively give you a few, but I just want to teach you everything, right? So there's 5 things that you got to prepare. Whether they test you or not is another thing, but you need to prepare this set of questions. So number 1, tell me about yourself. Okay, what else? So that's the present, right? Let's go back to the past, right? What are some of your past relevant experiences that's related to the course, right? That's the past. Then we look at the future, right? What are your dreams and aspirations, right? What are your goals? Okay, so you can see that's the future. So you can see that it's also hovering around the past, present, and future. Okay, what else? Okay, very good. Amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna present to you all the main 5 questions. I share with you 4 first. Says, tell me about yourself, past related experiences, goals and aspirations, and number 4, right? Why do you choose this particular course, or why do you choose this particular school? So these 4 questions at the start cannot mess up one. You mess up, I tell you there's a very low chance to redeem yourself already. You all agree with me? If you tell me about yourself, you then you start already, then we haven't even zoomed into your technical knowledge, right? The impression not very strong. Agree with me? If agree, please type yes, right? Any questions over here, mess up, right? Related experience, actually, I don't have a lot of strong experiences. Or what's your goals and aspiration? I'm actually not very clear. You get what I mean? If you mess up any questions over here, the impression kind of stains already. Okay? Yeah, agree with me. Okay, so these are the 4. What do you think is the finale? What's the 5th one that I want to emphasize on? So it's about 4 only. There's one more. What do you think is the last one that is the most important? Sanjita. Okay, hit the bullseye. Very good. Okay, why should we choose you? Okay, why should we choose you? These are the main 5 questions that you must ask. Strength and weakness see yourself. That one is aspirations. That one you cover it, right? Contributions is under why should I choose you? Okay, so it's kind of part under it. Why should I choose you? You talk about contributions, etc. So it's kind of part under it. Strength and weaknesses can test, may not test, we don't know. Right? So that one we put one side. But these are the 5 one that is really, really important. Okay, tell me about yourself, past related experiences, goals and aspirations, why this school or why this course, and why should I choose you? Okay, so once you're done, just type that in the chat. Then we move on to. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you through part by part how to answer and ace these questions. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we talk about likability first, then later on we move on to the skill set. Okay. Okay, all done? Okay, so let's dive in. Now, the first question that we want to focus on is tell me about yourself. Okay, so now you all are the, yes, Zizi, we'll talk about that later. Okay, so now I'm the, imagine you all are interviewer. I'm the student. Okay, so we role play, I'm the student. Okay, and then you give me a rating from 0 to 10, right? Whether you choose me or not. Okay, you rate me. Okay, are we ready? Oh, okay, so I become a student, I role play. Then you all vote whether you all will choose me or not. Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Dylan from XX Secondary School. My CCA, I'm a vice chairman of the National Police Cadet Corps. I hold a staff sergeant rank, and my subject combination is E-Math, A-Math, chemistry, and biology. And I really love to study business in the future. And yeah, just a quick glimpse about myself. Okay, so upon 10, how would you rate me? Wow, engineer. Okay, so keep that number in mind. Keep that number in mind. So this is example number 1, which is many of us what we will usually share, right? We talk about CCA, we talk about subject combination, we talk about hobbies. Wow, me don't reject me on the spot. Okay, so you can see our majority is like below 5 on that. Some of you are a bit kinder to me. You'll give me like 6 or 7. But majority is below 5. Okay, let's flip another scenario. Okay, then after that, you'll place your votes again. Okay, hi, my name is Dylan from XX Secondary School. 2 years ago, during the coronavirus pandemic, both of my parents lost their jobs. And because of poor financial planning, for the last 2 years, we really suffered a lot financially. And that's where I started to learn more about finances. Right? I pick up different books. I start reading about personal finance. I even went for a competition hosted by UOB about trading. And since then, I really fall in love with the area of banking and finance, which is why I hope to be able to study this course and pursue my aspirations of becoming a banker in the future. Okay, so upon 10. Wow. Hey, y'all very kind. Wow, thank you so much. Okay, so help me to understand, right? So y'all have seen both sides. Why is the second one better than the first one? May not be perfect. Okay, may not be perfect. Of course, can be improved, but it's significantly better than the first one. Why do you think so? Okay, very good. Yes. Okay, so as you all are listening, right, please pen this down, right? You all can write down. Number 1, in a short 1 or 2 sentences, right, quickly share with me about your past. What made you, right? We talk about captivating past. What made you suddenly interested in the course? There must be that gap that you want to feel. If you suddenly just talk about I'm very passionate, but something is missing. So you want to bring back to the past a little bit, right? And of course, it'll be amazing if there's something that you personally really want to talk about. Okay, don't talk about your grandmother's story. Like I don't zoom into like, wow, we lose a lot of money, no job and no money, whatever. I just glimpsed that they lost their jobs, poor financial planning, and I started on a journey to read more about finance. So you can see that just a few glimpses, but at least there's a reason why I'm on this journey of wanting to become a banker. So talk about emotional hook, right? Some of you talk about the word hook. So I want to hook the interviewers' attention. Now after that, we then zoom into must your story be related? Yes, it can be related. It's okay to repeat one. Okay, after that, we continue, right? Because of this incident or this event that happened, I then went on to, right, learn more about this particular thing. Then you share a bit about your experience. Now, I want to focus over here, right, and please write this down. You don't need to share everything, right, that you have in your portfolio at this moment, because this is just the first question. But what you want is to, what I call is like dropping bits, right? Because you think about it, you want to drop bits such that when you share about something, they want to ask you more about it. So for instance, just now I talk about, I went for a trading competition hosted by UOB. Then the next question by the interviewer is like, wow, how come this fella, 16-year-old, got this trading competition, right? So I just want to draw a hook, in the minds of the interviewer, so that later on they will ask me more about that particular event. Okay, so I emphasize again, I talk about your past. Don't need too long, just a few sentences, 2 sentences, right, to draw the attention of the interviewer. Link on to your entire journey. You don't have to share everything, but you want to use phrases that can captivate their attention. Wow, how come this person so tight at this age already have these events highlights, right? And last but not the least, right, zoom into the present, which is because of all these experiences, I wish to pursue this course and I hope to be selected today. Full stop. Don't need too long, but you can see every sentence is meaningful and is intentional. Okay, so once you are okay, let me know. So just now, at the start, I think Yijing was sharing about, tell me about yourself, right? Not too bad, right? Because she quickly talked about her parents, right? There's some linkage, right, to financial freedom. So a little bit, of course, can be refined, but that is the kind of the flow that we are looking at, right? Of course, she can add in more about her course-related experiences, just to drop in more hooks. And then ending off with, this is the reason why I'm applying for this course and I hope to be selected today. Okay. Okay, any questions so far on tell me about yourself? Okay, once you are done, just like done in the chat, we can move on to the next question. Can talk about CCA. You only talk about CCA if it's relevant to the course. So I give you an example. Hey, Janelle, don't draw my slides. Okay, you only talk about CCA if it's relevant. So I give you an example. Maybe you're in Red Cross, right? Then you talk about nursing, or you want to go in nursing, or you want to do community development, something that's linkage, right? Then you talk about the CCA. If not, no point. It doesn't help you in any way. Okay, must you talk about values that you have related to the course? Maybe not here. It doesn't help you to stand out. So let's say I introduce and say I have the leadership skills, the communication skills to stand out in this course. Very, very vague. No value. Right. So usually I won't bring in values at this moment. Okay, let us move on next to what if it's too similar to the EAE write-up? It's perfectly fine. You don't have to script based on the EAE write-up. The idea can be there. Okay. But it's okay to repeat. It's okay to repeat. Okay, because that your write-up is your whole essence, man. So it's okay to repeat the things that you have written about yourself. Okay, and of course they won't remember whatever that you have written. Okay. If not related, relevant experiences. Jason, later I'll talk about that. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next one is on, let's arrange a bit. Why this course? Okay, what are your past experiences? Okay, so over here, right, who here are pretty confident about your past experiences? Can you type me in the chat? Means you know that you have competitions, you know that you have some stuff that you can share your skills. Okay, so some of you are pretty in good hands. So you can share about your competitions, your achievements, your proudest moments, right? All this you can just highlight and share. Okay, and most importantly, I repeat, some of you have been asking me, hey Dylan, I scared I too arrogant to share more. Okay, like what if I portray myself as too cocky or whatever? So okay, some of you have the worry of that, right? So remember, the cockiness doesn't come from your achievements. It comes from how you explain. It's your tone, right? So if you genuinely just share like these are the things that I've learned, these are the things that I participated, I have won certain competitions in the past, it's okay one, right? You can see my tone is pretty nice. I'm just sharing genuinely these are the things that I've done. But if your tone is like super cocky, right? You give a condescending tone and all, a sarcastic tone, then of course, then that would be against you lah. Okay, how much is too much? Okay, good question by Estella. So for some of you that are overflowing with your experiences, right? Can you please note down? You just want to talk about, just before you go in for your interview, right? At this moment, you just think about it. You have 10 things that you want to talk about. Can you just select 3 or 2 or 3, right? That's super significant, that you know these experiences other people don't have. And that can actually help you to stand out. So I say again, you have 10 things that you want to talk about. I know you read Zai, but maybe out of the 10, can you find 2 to 3 that you know can really help you to stand out that other people don't have? So I give you an example. Some of you are applying for business. In MP, there's the EFS, right? Is it entrepreneur first step? Am I correct? There's EFS. So if that 10 things is like EFS, right, then every fella in the interview room also got EFS, then that doesn't help you stand out. But you suddenly say, right, this is something, a startup that I built, then you know this is something special. So constantly look at the experience that you have, right? Is there any things that you know confidently helps to stand out amongst the rest of your peers? Okay, so that's where you can filter out. If you apply for SP, then you don't need to talk about like it's from MP, like just talk about entrepreneur competition, etc. Okay. Felicia, if the interview was meant to be a group, can I ask, is it okay? I comment. Yeah, Felicia can, but that one later. Okay. Okay, Freda, must I show my portfolio? Okay, very good example. So some of you are having a small group interview, right? Or maybe a one-to-one interview, right? And you have prepared a portfolio. Now, please write this down. If you have a portfolio ready and you want to share with them genuinely, feel free to bring like hard copies, your journal, or things that you can share. So when you're talking about past experiences, you just add in this line. Oh, actually, I've prepared something for you. Then you open your bag, then you take out, right? And share with them. These are the things that I've done. So that would be amazing as well. Okay, I repeat again for those that have missed it. Now, for some of you that have prepared your portfolio and you genuinely want to share with the interviewers, right? What you can do intentionally is while you're talking about past experience, you just say, oh, actually, I have something that I want to share with you, right? Then you open your bag, take out, and then you just share quickly, glimpse through. These are the things that I've done. This is my journal. This is my portfolio, soft copy. This is my certs, etc. Okay. Group interview harder. Group interview a bit too not very nice. But if it's a small group, 1 to 2, maybe okay. But if like 4, 5, then that's not a good thing to do. Okay. Now, one last question before I move on. Some of you ask, hey, Dylan, what if I don't have any relevant experiences? Who is in this category? Like, got nothing to talk about, like no competition, like, okay. Yes, okay, so I have not forgotten about you. Okay, so for those of you that have little to no experiences, okay, you look back at your write-up, what do you think made you stand out? But more importantly, I have shared this during my masterclass previously, that you can talk about the things that you have learned or researched upon. Okay, so I say again, you can talk about the things that you have learned or research upon. Means on my free time, right, I read about current affairs, I read about the latest trends, I did a research on this particular topic, right? So these are things that you can immediately do it now. You don't even need to wait for your, or build up like, over the weeks, right? You can just do it like tonight. Do a quick research. For instance, you say, I'm very interested in starting a business. So I went to learn about marketing skills, right? What's the latest AI technology or whatever that can help you in the startup. So just talk about your research, talk about the things that you have learned, talk about any online courses that you have taken before, and then that would also help you. Maybe you won't win the people that have like real life internship experience, but you can position yourself in a very nice way as well. Okay, so that is what are your past experience. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, what are your aspirations? So please write this down. For what are your aspirations? Can you please draw out, right? There could be a short-term aspiration and a long-term aspiration. Okay, short-term aspiration and a long-term aspiration. Now, what do I mean by short-term aspiration, right? It means that immediately after the diploma, what you hope to achieve, what you hope to do. Okay, so some interviewers are more, they are looking at a shorter window. They say, oh, so what do you hope to get out of this diploma? Where do you want to go next? So you are able to share that, oh, immediately after this diploma, these are the university I want to apply for, I want to gain these experiences, etc. So if they are specific, you can talk about that. Now, sometimes they'll say, what is your dream occupation or aspirations, etc. Then that's more on a longer term basis, right? Talk about this is the specific industry that I want to enter. This is the impact that I want to make, right? Then after that, you elaborate on it. Okay. So for the aspiration side, right, I want to emphasize that they are not that looking out for a specific occupation. Okay, I emphasize again, for aspirations, it is perfectly fine that at this moment you do not know your specific occupation. But what is more important is that you are very clear about the industry that you want to enter, and more importantly, the impact that you want to make or the contributions that you want to make for the community or society. Okay, that is way more important than just saying I want to be a banker, right? Or I want to be a doctor, right? Instead, right, I give you an example. Student A just say, oh, I want to be a doctor. Student B say, I hope to enter the medical industry, right? So that I can treat patients and discover incurable diseases or whatever. So you can see there's elaboration over there. It's gonna be way much stronger as compared to another student that just say, oh, I want to be a banker, a lawyer, a doctor, then the full stop over there. Okay, so that's on the aspirations end. Oh, okay. Okay, so the next one is why this course or why this school. Okay, so this is powerful. Please take note. Okay, so same thing, let's do a role play. Student A say, I want to choose this particular course of school or NYP is because of the distance, right? The school is just near my place. Travel it's very convenient to go to the school. Please rate the response upon 10. Wow, GG. Negative 10. Okay, so we fail. Okay. Okay, next response. Okay, let's try again. The reason why I enter this course is because when I'm doing my research, this course won a lot of awards, and I saw that a lot of the alumni went to all the amazing companies and industries, and therefore it hooked my attention. And I hope that I'm able to, follow the footsteps of the alumni, and therefore I picked this school. Rate the response upon 10. 6. Wow, you're so generous. Okay. Can you all please note this down? This response, the max is a 5. Okay. I say again, this response, the max is a 5. Okay. Do y'all know why? There was a student that responded this, and y'all guess what the interviewer said? I think some of you are sharing with me. Okay, just think about it. If I interviewer and I say, which alumni? No, not that. Not about that. Other school, what talking you? What competitions? No, not about that. Okay. I want to emphasize, right? Every schools have their own awards and achievement. Every school have top students and alumni. Do you all agree with me? NYP, NP, SP, TP, all the business courses also got top tier students, right? Got valedictorian. All the schools also got awards and achievements. All the schools also got opportunities. All the schools also got internship program. All agree? So if that is your reason, I'll say I picked this school because of the awards or because of the alumni, then it's not strong. It's pretty weak. Okay, it's pretty weak. Do y'all agree with me? If yes, please let me know. Agree. Okay, so not good. Okay. Okay, hey, where the rest? All agree with me. 120 people here. Okay, unless unless Estella say that that school specifically only like TP Law, there's only one law school, TP Vet, no, there's only one vet, then no choice lah. Then they won't ask like why you choose TP Vet. This is the only school that offers vet, right? So they wouldn't ask why TP in that sense lah. Okay, so please write this down. What would be a super duper strong? Okay, what? Okay, that's funny, Yuhan. Okay, so please write this down. Instead, what are strong responses? Okay, I give you an example. Please pen it down. The term is called name dropping. Okay, so some of you have already met certain course coordinators during open houses or during the aptitude test, right? So an example of response, you can say, right, during the open house, I met this course coordinator, Miss Stella Chu. Example, Miss Stella Chu. Okay, and during our conversation, I'm really captivated and inspired because of the story she shared, right? And because of whatever that she told me during the session, it made me determined to pursue this course. And more importantly, I have several seniors and I have several seniors or siblings or whoever that you have, right, have entered in school, and they often share about their experiences in this school on how they look forward to going to school every day. And therefore, from all these hearings and sharings, NYP or TP or NP or whatever the school is, right, became the natural top choice. Okay. So I say again, name dropping is one of the most powerful ways to help you to stand out. Okay, later. Then I got option number 2. So some of you, if know the names clearly, right? Alumni, seniors, your lecturers, whatever. If you were to name drop, there's a very, very high chance of you getting in already because of the emotional connection that you create. So one of my student last year, she genuinely shared. Okay, so I share with you this story. So last year I had a student, she EAE to TP interior design. Then coincidentally, she shared that, I have this senior that is studying this course, and this senior actually shared with me about the amazing stuff that is in this particular course. So the interviewer asked, what is the name of this senior? So my student mentioned, the name is, let's say Rebecca lah, example. Then you know what the interviewer say? Y'all take a guess what the interviewer said. The interviewer said, "Huh, Rebecca, is that Rebecca Xiao? She's one of my favorite students." Wow, can you imagine like my student when she hear that, right? It's an instant smile. Yes. So naturally she got in lah. You get what I mean? Cause okay, cause it's like your senior is like the teacher pet. It's like the favorite student for the teacher. Then naturally she got in. Okay, so that is the power of name dropping. Why is it so powerful? Because because it really creates an emotional connection. Okay, so now the next question that y'all are spamming in is, hey Dylan, then how I don't know anyone? What should I do? Okay, so second, yeah, crazy, right? Okay, so second way, if the teacher don't like the student, then you don't mention the name lah. Of course, usually you mention the name that is like, yeah, it's quite like at least above average lah. Not like a student that flunked the school and then don't want to attend classes, then you wouldn't even point out the alumni name, right? Okay, so the another alternative, right? Okay, this one you all need to do a bit of research. So you share that as I was doing my research, right? Okay, I'm impressed by the numerous support offered by the school. So it'll be great. I don't just generically talk about the support, but you zoom in and say, oh, there's this SPIRE program or this like youth program or this competition. So it must be specific to the course that other courses don't have. So if you're able to share about that, it really showcases the time that you took to research about the course. Okay, whether it's online, the course website, or whether it's on Reddit, whether it's asking seniors during the open house or the lecturers, if you're able to share that, oh, this is the unique USP about this course that really draws my heart, right? Then you will realize that that is actually quite a strong response as well that allows you to stand out from the rest of the other people. Okay, so you all must go and research the course website, ask your seniors, go and Reddit or whoever that you know. Is there any signature modules, programs, maybe facilities? So some people talk about facilities because like TP Aerospace or RP Aerospace, they have certain new technology, right? Or in the lab itself, there's certain new like electron microscope or whatever. So you are able to talk and share about that, then that will be pretty strong. Can we name student works on websites we are interested in? You can. Yeah. So make it specific. Don't just say, oh, this school got a lot of programs and all. Can I say I read through the website, got ex-students share about their experience? Alithia, need to be more specific because every school got their ex-student that share about their experience. Right, SP also got alumni that share experience. TP also got ex-student that share experience. So if it's just about that, then you may have a follow-up question. Can talk about CCAs and electives they offer. Probably you can. Okay. Later we will talk about that, especially if it's like TPMP cybersecurity, right? This kind of like very similar courses. Then why you rank right 1, 2, 3 in a certain manner, then you need to bring in CCA and electives. Okay, so later on we're gonna zoom in on that after in a while. Okay, so we have talked about the main 4 questions already. Now we're gonna zoom into the final last thing. Environment is not environment and culture, right? It is not the best response. I say again, environment, culture, not the best response. It is too fluffy lah. Honestly, it's too fluffy already. Like it doesn't leave any great impression. I just say, oh, MP got a good student culture. I like the CCA. Yeah, you get what I mean, right? Weak lah. It's very weak. Okay, so last resort. If not, please don't use it. Okay, so before we dive into the 5th and final last likability question, can I just check how's the session so far? Everyone learning well? Is it good? Are you learning things? Amazing. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so here comes the last and 5th likability question. Why should I choose you? Okay, why should I choose you? Okay, now I'm gonna change the style a little bit. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes, right, for you all to type out your response instead. Okay, then after that we assess together. Right, so I give you 2 minutes. Why should I select you? Okay, everyone just chime in, just brainstorm, and then share with me your responses. We're gonna evaluate together and see perhaps some of you are having an amazing response to this question. Okay, so let's try out 2 minutes. Okay, so let me play some music for you. 2 minutes. Okay, why should I select you? Mitun just public or public. Okay, people are submitting already. So you can, no problem. Wow, some of your responses are damn good, yeah. Okay, last 30 seconds. Okay, thanks for sharing. Okay, so I've read through every single thing already, based on whatever that you have submitted now. Some of you are missing some things that makes it a bit weak. Okay, so I want to share with you the elements that you need to talk about. Okay, of course, some of you that I've taught before are giving very perfect answers. Okay, so please pen this down. This is the fifth question. Why should I select you? Okay, what are the things that you need to highlight? Okay, please write this. Number one, I believe I should be selected because I've been preparing for this over the past few years. So emphasize back on the things that you have done for this particular course. I said, yeah, you need to re-emphasize I've done so and so. Okay, not just passion, not just passion, right? Emphasize that for the last few years I've been preparing for this, right? Through my activities, through my learnings, through my participation in competitions, etc. Okay, so that's the first thing. Reiterate that for the last few years you have been working on it, and remind them about your achievements and the awards. Okay, not too long, but just remind them these are the things that I've done. Okay. Second pointer, emphasize that you are very clear about your goals and aspirations. Okay, that's number 2. So after you talk about for the last few years, these are the things I've done. Okay, then you move on to I'm crystal clear about my goals and aspirations of becoming da 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 da. And then you end off emphasizing that I'm very confident that I'm able to excel in this course and contribute to the student community. So these are the 3 things, right? To give a very nice, confident, beautiful response to why should I select you. Okay, so I give an example. I believe I should be selected for this course because over the last few years, I've been gaining skills and knowledge by participating in different competitions, right? Taking online courses to build up my knowledge in this particular field. I'm crystal clear about the goals and aspirations. I'm crystal clear about my goals and aspirations of becoming da 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 in the future. And I'm very confident that if I were to be selected, I will excel in this course. And more importantly, I will also contribute to the student community via CCAs and competitions. So these are the 3 things that you want to talk about. And I share with you that if you're able to share this confidently, you'll blow the competition away. Can repeat. Okay, one more time. So step 1, I believe I should be selected because over the last few years, these are the things that I've done. So you re-emphasize all your achievements, your awards, experiences. Okay, the highlights of it are not to describe the whole thing again, but it's an overview. I have clarity as to what I want to pursue in the future, or you say that I'm crystal clear about my aspirations of becoming da 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 in the future. Or some people talk about I'm very certain that this is the impact I want to make in this industry. Okay. And then you end off, I'm very confident that I'm going to excel in this course. And more importantly, I will step up to become a student leader and contribute to my CCAs, right? And whatever that you want to join in the poly itself. Okay, whether it's through CCAs, whether it's through competitions, or whether it's through student clubs. So these are the 3 things that you want to highlight. Jaylene, if you go by personal values, not strong. I believe I should be selected because I'm determined. I have the strong communication skills. You get what I mean? Then everyone's going to talk about the same thing. Then you're not going to stand out already. Okay, I'm responsible, I'm diligent, I work hard, I'll do my best in this course. Then the answer is very weak. Okay, so let's wrap up these 5 questions. Yeah, Ken Mitun. Estella, either law, you decide what you want to talk about, whether you want to talk about CCA or whether you want to talk about student clubs. Okay, so all in all, as I've mentioned, to boost likability, these are the 5 main questions that we cannot screw up, right? From tell me about yourself, your past experiences, your goals and aspirations, why this particular school, and more importantly, why should I choose you? So any interview that you go in the future, these are the 5 things that you want to prepare first. Okay, because I emphasize why is this so important? Remember we talked about creating, right, and sharing a compelling past, okay, and captivating future. So you want to create a hope, right, so that the interviewer will like you as a student. Okie dokie. Atlanta is very similar. It's very similar because of the things that you have done and you're able to shine on. So I very rare they specifically why through this EAE route. But if they really were to ask that, then you just re-emphasize on the points that I shared with you. It is similar in terms of the responses. Okay, so now it is 9:05. Okay, we have completed the likability part first. Likability part already. So we are moving on to the capability segment. Okay, over here. Okay, I'm moving on to the capability segment over here. By 10, we'll cut by 10. Okay, so before we take a break, okay, we are gonna take a short break. Okay, so I've compiled a few all the EAE interview questions for you. Okay, so I've made this resource for you. So the only thing that if you want, just do me a favor. Okay, just later on, whatever you take picture, just share on IG and then tag Paradigm. Okay, so that we can I'll get a team to share with you the compilation later on. Okay, Ken. So just share your experiences of how whatever you have learned over the last hour. Okay, so let's take a break first. Okay, before we move on to the next segment on capability. Okay, 5 minutes rest. 9:10, 9:10. Then we come back. Okay, let's take a short rest. Okay, 9:10 come back. Okay, see you in a bit.
If I were a boy, even just for a day, I'd roll out of bed in the morning and throw on what I wanted and go. 'Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down, sing a sad song just to turn it around.
Snowflakes, I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly.
'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you. Wake up on a Saturday night.
A sad
Could be
song.
New York, maybe Hollywood and Vine, London, Paris, maybe Tokyo.
A sad
Something
song.
going on anywhere I go
Got that
tonight.
sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. Feel that heart blood in my body when it
I
drops.
don't like your girlfriend.
I throw my hands up in the air sometimes, saying, "Ayo, gotta let go." Baby, are you down, 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 down? Even if the sky is
Is it
falling
hot when
down.
you're cold? You're yes when you're no. You're in the air, how you're up and you're down.
I can taste the tension like a cloud of smoke in the air. Now I'm breathing like I'm running 'cause you're taking me there. Don't you know?
But you
You
don't
spin me out of control. Paradise.
been awake for a while now. You've got me feeling like a child now.
Got a feeling.
'Cause every time I see your bubbly face,
She said, "Shut up
I get the
and
tingles
dance to
in a
me."
silly play. You get the best of both worlds. Chill it out, take it slow, then you rock up the
I
show.
came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was. So I'm picking it up, picking it up. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. When I go up, I wanna be famous, I wanna be a star, I wanna be in movies.
Said you owe him well, well of course you
See you
did.
driving around town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I don't wanna hear sad songs anymore, only wanna hear love songs. I found my heart up in this place tonight.
Me plus you, I'ma tell you one time, one time.
Stay a minute, just take your time. The clock is ticking, so stay.
All you had to do is stay.
Okay, cut once you're back. Okay, can you please type back in the chat? Okay, so whoever that have follow and tag. I will send you all the interview questions later. We have compiled all the questions, the commonly tested questions lah. Okay, there are 51 of them. Okay, so I will send it to you all tomorrow. Okay, I'll get a team to send you all lah. Okay, whoever that wants it. Okay, just DM us lor, just DM us. Okay, so just follow, then just share experience. Okay, but meanwhile, before we continue the next part, can I just get your feedback? How's the first hour so far? Okay, one word to describe. Very good. Okay. Okay. Okay, the rest, my interview is tomorrow. Stress. Okay. Beneficial. Okay. Okay, you're the best. Okay, so what the rest, once you're back, please type back in the chat. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next segment already. Okay, chop, let's faster finish. Then we can go and rest for tonight. Okay, Estella. Okay, the rest. Are you back? Are you back? Okay, Ken. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now we are moving to the capability part. Okay, these are not credibility, capability. So please write down. There are two things that I want to teach you all. One is about your knowledge. Okay, another one is about character. Okay, knowledge as well as character. Write down knowledge and character. Okay, so how do they test about knowledge? Very simple. I have a list of things that I want to talk about that can help you to prepare this entire segment. In terms of the knowledge, there are a few important questions that all of us must prepare, regardless what course you are from. So I'll give you an overview first. Okay, so some courses, right, will have case studies, reflections, or whatever group work. Okay, so can I just check who here have been through or heard of like your course needs to go through some case study, reflection, group project, group discussion, or whatever? Anyone knows? Group activity. Okay, so sort of, right, business case study example. So you all know your courses. So for some of you that have already heard of like the case studies, just go and prepare yourself a little bit. Reflections, group discussion, etc. Yeah, so law have, I think some business courses have. Okay, so just go and ask around. There are a lot of group chats at the moment or ready or whatever. Okay, so go and prep on that. Okay, but more importantly, beyond all these group activities, okay, there are a few questions that all of us must prepare. Okay, so let's write it down. Number one. First and foremost, okay, sometimes they will drop in a sudden question of which module are you looking forward to learn. Okay, and the truth is, if you never do your research, you don't know what to say, then GG already. Okay, so please do your own research. Just go to the course website and quickly just see what modules you are genuinely looking forward to learn, and you're able to articulate it. Okay, just prepare one or two. Don't need too much. Just one or two that catch your attention. Okay, which module are you looking forward to learn? Number two. Okay, the next one. What do you intend to specialize in year 2? Okay, what do you intend to specialize in the following year? So look at the course website again. Take a look at what are the different tracks that you can specialize in. Then you're able to articulate and explain why do you want to pursue this specialization. Okay. The remaining questions I answer later. Okay, we focus on the knowledge first. Okay, next. Share with me, okay, a recent news that you have read about this industry. Okay, this applies heavily to certain courses, maybe like design and not a lot of news, but when we talk about, let's say, science, when we talk about business, when we talk about, for instance, maybe even psychology example, right? You need to know and be abreast of the latest news concerning this industry. Okay, yeah, finance, business, latest technology, recent cybersecurity hacks. This kind of thing is a very common question. Mass comms, unlikely don't think it'll be this question. Okay, but later on, you will encounter more that's more related to mass comms. So news is probably like law, cybersecurity, business, right? These are the common. There's things to talk about in terms of the news side. Okay, next. what do you think about a recent trend or challenges faced by this industry? So for instance, a common question in business they like to ask is on like AI, right? What do you think about the AI threats? Will accountant lose their job? Will lawyer lose their job? This is or for mass comms in design, do you think designers, graphic designers, videographers will lose their job because of AI? So you need to be able to articulate it. So recent trends, recent challenges. What do you think about this problem that is facing in this particular field / industry? Okay. Next one, share with me a role model specific to the course. Okay, not about your mother, father, unless your mother, father is in the industry, okay. But it'll be nice for you to know clearly that someone in the industry could be a role model. For instance, maybe you're into business, right? Then you know about entrepreneur that you really look up to. If you are taking business psychology, there's a course called business psychology. Or you mean the module is business psychology? Most probably it's a psychology course, right? Human resource, same thing, right? Can talk about threats and challenges. Okay. Oh, Estella, then that's HR focus already. That's HR focus. Okay, that's HR focus. Business is all the challenges, trends, news, etc. Okay, for science, okay, so there's a few common questions on science. Okay, we'll get into that in a bit. Okay, let me pen down the remaining part first, then we talk about more specific causes. Okay, next, why did you choose course A and not course B? So this is highly relevant for especially some of the science people. Hey, why you choose pharmaceutical science, not biomedical science? Why you choose biomedical science, not biomedical engineering? So they want to test your knowledge as to, did you even choose the correct course? Do you know what this course is all about? Okay. So you need to be able to articulate why you pick a specific course. Okay, next common question, right? Please write this down. Okay, what qualities do you think this specific career possess? Okay, very common. So last year, across the different courses, many of them would like to ask, what do you think entrepreneur qualities, or what qualities do you think an entrepreneur possess? What qualities do you think a cybersecurity specialist possess? So they like to ask, or designer, or food scientist, these kind of questions, biomedical scientist. So this is another possible question. Okay, so these are why we emphasize on this, right? Is because these are specific course-related questions to test your existing knowledge about the course itself. So we need to have some background knowledge. Okay, if not, it clearly knows that you're just fluffing your way around. Okay, let's answer some of the questions that you have sent in the comments. For mass communications design side, right? Okay, what is the emphasis? Usually they ask more towards the design questions. So they have prepped some, they will prep some stuff for you on. Okay, and then you talk about more towards your interest in the field. So don't have what recent trends or whatever for design question. Okay, it's more about perhaps role model, who's the artist that you look up to, right? That kind of idea. Okay, so you focus more towards that segment and showcase your artistic skills through the conversation or through whatever they test you on. Okay, then I think just I missed out a bit of science, right? Okay, let me share with you about science portion. For the science people, a few things that you want to talk about. Okay, science portion, they focus more based on trends. They focus more towards you knowing you as a person, why you pick the course, what's your aspirations. Okay, so more specific to you. Very News-wise, quite rare. Okay, but they might ask you more about the course itself, lor. Like what do you think about the learns? What's the modules that you look forward to? So you can see it's all hovering around this one. It's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Depending on the course itself, they will just ask you like 2 to 3 questions from there. Jaylin can, no problem about that. Okay, engineering even easier. Engineering, the lecturers are quite chill, not that creative, so they will just ask the typical questions. So for those that are engineering people, I think you have a pretty good life lah. Okay, don't need to stress too much. Okay, the hard ones are usually more towards like the DMAT, right? SP DMAT, business courses are competitive, science courses are competitive. Okay. Engineering questions. Engineering questions. Let me see. More personality side. Is pretty rare. So like one situation that you have overcome, you're proud of, right? Likability. More towards the likability. Maybe one question is give me a question. What's something that you want to solve, right? What's something that you are interested to learn more or solve in this particular industry? So you can see very more towards likability because engineering, nothing much lah. Okay, so mainly it's about all these, the modules and the specialization. Okay, can. Okay, so that is on the course knowledge side. Okay, did I miss out anything? Let me see. Mainly that's about it already. Okay, how do you stand out in a competitive course like DMAT? That's why it goes back to likability already. Okay, it goes back to likability. This one more or less quite common lah. Okay, because it's back to the past experiences lor. And whether you can see right, the 7 questions over here is quite easy to prepare. Okay, what is something that you all cannot screw up is this one. How to articulate cost A over cost B. So for instance, just now I talk about why you choose marketing, why not choose HR, why not choose entrepreneurship, why not choose business analytics. So you're required to elaborate on that. Okay, can. We already asked question 6. They might. I think it's quite common. Role model in a business field. They might. Okay, so that's on knowledge side. Let's continue to the next portion. Okay, the next portion I want to emphasize on is more towards the character side of stuff. Okay, and this is commonly tested in, especially in like business law, etc. So what are character questions, right? Number 1, please write this down. Tell me about a time when you. Okay, next, imagine you are. What would you do? So you can see just now at the start of the session, right? Some of you asked about values. So character mainly talks about values over here, right? Tell me about time when you did this, where you displayed communication skills, leadership skills, time management, etc. Okay, so how do I ace this part, right? It's very simple. Can you all please type 3 in the chat? Okay, 3. 3. You just type 3 in the chat. How to ace this question is very clear cut. And this helps you for any other scholarships interview or whatever interview you go for. So let me share back my PowerPoint slides with you. This is very important that I'll talk about. Okay. You take a look at this. There are so many values that they can test, whether it's on leadership, whether it's on integrity, whether it's on whatever, excellence, commitment. So it's really impossible for us to have a story for every single question. Right. So what we need to do instead, okay, please write this down. We need to plan 3 hero stories, which is why I asked you to type 3. So these 3 stories, right, supposedly it should answer any type of scenario question. Okay, so just think about it. Tonight, before you sleep or before you go for your interview, right, you need to possess 3 hero stories that outlines, right. One story is about a category 1. So maybe one story is about something course related. Highlight your skills, your achievement, your passion, your awards, right? That's, it's damn sick. Number 2, another hero story is about your leadership skills, communication skills, your teamwork, etc. And last one is about maybe you overcome a challenge, maybe you overcome an obstacle that share about perseverance, grit, determination. So you just need one story, and that one story can answer any type of question that lies in that category. Then you're good to go. Okay, are you all clear? So that is something that we should all prepare. So I give you an example. Back in JC, I have this one story that I just share to every interviewer. Which interview I go, I just keep repeating that story. And that story helped me a lot in winning a lot of different awards. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this example of a story that I can share. Then maybe you can get some inspiration out of it. So when I was in JC, I decided to take out a new CCA, right? And that's badminton. But because I don't have any prior experience, I'm thrown to the recreational team. Anyone in any recreational CCA here? Like no competition one, like go there, just chill, just play, whack, then sayonara, go home. Anyone? Like your CCA is damn chill, like no one cares about you. Anyone in that situation? Okay, Iho is it? Okay. Yeah, so that was me. So for the first 6 months, right, nothing to do. I just go there, the teacher just bothers and just focus on the school team people. I got no attention at all. But then I thought to myself, hey, Gigi, if I like that continue, right, my portfolio got nothing, my CCA achievement got nothing. So I really wanted to enter school team, but I had no prior experience. So take a guess, what did I do? What do you think I did? Community work. Practice on weekends. I train. Okay, any other ideas? Okay, so the thing I did is I took my pocket money and I went to engage an outside external coach. And every week, right, I trained 3 times. So I took my pocket money and go and train. Then eventually I improved. And in the second year, I successfully entered the school team. So can you see just this simple story? I was a recreational team member, I know money, right? I engaged external coach, and then eventually I fought to be in a school team. Okay, that became a hero story, right? To show my perseverance, my commitment, etc. Then of course, leadership side, I have another story that I want to share. Skill side, I got another story I want to share. So you can see, I just have these 3 weapons. The moment I share, I know that they will be impressed with me. Okay, so that is the idea that you all should think about. So whether you're in whatever CCA like photography, is there, or maybe in class, is there any stories that you can share throughout your entire secondary school life that really is quite impactful? Okay, think about it. You just need 3, and it covers a wide range. Okay, whether it's on leadership, whether it's on perseverance, whether it's on skills, achievement, passion, and awards. All right, so that is on the character side of stuff. Okay, so especially some of the courses, they really like, imagine you are this, what would you do? Especially in some of the business courses. Okay, the reason why I keep emphasize business is because business a lot of funky question. Okay, and then they like to, and the competition is very steep. So every year they got a lot of funny questions. Imagine you have $100 million. What company would you build next? Okay, in mass comm similarly, right? Imagine you're a movie director, right? What movie would you direct? Imagine you're a writer, imagine you're a photographer, right? What is the next thing that you want to produce or shoot? So you can see they'll ask these kind of questions to test more of your situational awareness, right? Whether it's your aspiration side, or whether it's, imagine you are in quarrel with someone, right? What would you do? Imagine you caught someone cheating, what would you do? They kind of like very scenario-based question that you can't really prep. So it's more like on the spot, spontaneous. How would you react to that particular question? Okay, can? Okay, so let me do a summary over here. Okay, under knowledge, we have highlighted a series of questions that we must prepare, right? Some courses has case study. We talk about course modules. We talk about course specialization, right? Why you choose A over B. Recent news and trends, challenges and thoughts about industry, qualities of profession, right? Why this specific ranking, okay? And then that summarizes the entire part on knowledge. Okay, on the flip side, for the character, right, we emphasize on 3 hero stories that can cover a wide range of values that they can test, whether it's on perseverance, grit, leadership, communication, teamwork. You know that story can apply to a lot of different scenarios. Okay, and then you just share it with them. Okay, can. So that is on